Good morning, guys. It is October 18th, 2018, and I'm here with this is not going to be your daily wisdom shot today. I started out wanting to do a messages from your divine complement in karmic situations reading. And as soon as I started pulling the cards, it became clear that this was a pick a card reading, which I don't usually do, but we're going to do it today. So here's what's happening. They didn't destroy quite enough in my backyard yesterday, and the jackhammer is back. It hasn't started yet, but the guys just arrived. So I moved to another place in my apartment. Hopefully it won't be as loud. My upstairs neighbors sound like they want to argue in the stairwell, so you might hear them, and I apologize if you do. Hopefully I am not distracted while they do that. So we have 4 different groups. You guys probably know the deal. Pick 1, 2, 3, or 4 before I start reading, and that will be your message from your divine complement who is in a karmic situation. You can pick more than one, and maybe all of them will resonate with you, because I didn't actually pull these intending for them to be separate messages, but sometimes what my guides will do is they'll guide me in a way to put down the cards, and then they'll tell me what's going on. So that's what happened today. Also, you'll note that a couple of these piles have more cards than the other, just because more than one card wanted to come out, or more than one. There were supposed to be 3 cards in every pile, so some of them have more than 3, because apparently I can't talk this morning. So okay, so let's get started. The first pile is the 4 of staves with the 2 of coins and the sacrifice card. And I feel like this is somebody who is really scared of losing their stability. I think this is someone who is aware that there's a choice that they need to make, and they're saying that they know that the situation they're in is really a learning situation, and it's not a forever situation. That there is a that they are surrounded by some negativity and some kind of lower vibrational energy, which they're in the process of breaking out of. They are reaching toward the light and the higher dimensional. They're really learning to step into the 5th dimension. They're kind of just grasping what that means and how to hold a higher vibration. They realize that there is a choice that's going to need to be made here, and that this may require a temporary loss of stability for them. And they're kind of communicating here that, they stepped into this situation really expecting that it would be a long-term one, that this would be everything that they'd ever wanted and dreamed for, and that they would end their days in this situation. I'm feeling like this particular message is from someone who is in a relationship that is a karmic one. It could be a long-term career. I don't feel like this one is a family situation where they didn't choose. I feel like this was a situation that they chose to go into, and I'm just really feeling an overall sadness about the fact that I think they blame themselves. It's like they think that they were stupid to have walked into it at this point, but they really did believe that this was forever. And they're really sad to have to move on from it, but they now recognize that they're surrounded and just mired in negativity, and they're kind of seeing now that there's more to offer. There's more that the universe has to offer for them. And I'm getting the feeling that they're starting to reach 1 foot into, or 2 hands, as the sacrifice card shows, into that sort of rainbow bridge energy of the 5th dimension. they're still really weighing their choice. I think that on some level the choice is made. And it's a matter of deciding the right time to make that choice, to make sure that things are transitioning as easily as possible, so that they can climb that mountain and cross that pass, like as in a mountain pass, without killing themselves in the process. So this is someone who is just asking for your understanding and really wanting, more than anything, your emotional support in the background. Just sending that heart energy toward them. I do something called heart breathing, where I will take my heart energy and take 5 or 6 long breaths in and out, and just send that heart energy to whatever person needs it at the time. And I'll even do that in situations where there's an argument going on, and it just really calms down the other person and allows them to feel supported and in the situation, even if you're on opposing sides of an argument or something like that. So this is a good technique to use in any situation, but here I feel like that's a really helpful thing to do to support this other person, whoever it may be. So, and they're just sort of saying, like, I need a little more time and your patience and understanding. Love, compassion, and joy is what needs to be sent to this person at this time. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2. For number 2, I have the Ace of Coins. I have Contemplation, which is like the Hermit card. And I have the Sacral Chakra coming up. So I feel like this person is communicating that they've needed to heal a lot of issues surrounding childhood and family life, and self-worth issues. Even though self-worth I usually feel in the solar plexus, for whatever reason that's coming through to me in the sacral chakra here, and that there's some healing of issues surrounding being, I guess, a creative being or an attractive like partner to other individuals. So this is somebody who has learned that their connection to, so this is going to come out really weird. So their connection to their parents is damaged, and therefore their connection to sexual partners is damaged. So it's like it almost comes out through the navel, and they're selecting individuals that they've brought into their lives that became sexual partners based upon the ideas imposed upon them by their parents and by their home life as children. And so that is really, they're working on healing that still. And I feel that they actually have made a lot of progress there, and they've gotten a new beginning, and they're starting to see that in their lives. The shift in energy from removing some of that toxic energy and the toxic ideas that somehow their self-value is based upon who they're like, them performing sexually, I guess, in a relationship, or they are using that as currency to, here's what it is. They're confusing sex with love. And they've done that as patterns throughout their lives. And this, I'm feeling a lot of feminine energy coming in here. So this might be a woman, but it could also be a man. I'm definitely feeling both. But for some reason, the female energy is coming up in here a lot. They there's a lot of self-worth issues surrounding also their ability to have children. And this might be maybe a female who is maybe a little older, like not old, but like I'm saying, like getting close to middle age, like maybe in her 40s or something like that, and really questioning herself and feeling her self-worth is related somehow to her ability to be this like young and vibrant sexual partner and also a mother. Like this person maybe doesn't have children yet, and so she is blocking her own ability to have this new beginning in this relationship based upon her judging of herself, because she doesn't feel as attractive as she once did, and she doesn't feel as attractive because she doesn't feel this young vibrancy anymore, and she wants to feel like fertile or something like that. Like she wants to be able to do that on some level in her relationship. So there's a lot of self-judgment going on here. And this person has gone within and is going within and really studying the relationship that she or he had to the parental figures, whoever those were, and is evaluating what is true and what isn't true. I feel like this person probably might have grown up in a very religious household, and there might be some issues surrounding sex and fertility as being like dirty, and therefore when they went out into the world and began to have relationships with people, they struggled to be okay with their own sexuality, and as a result ended up using it as a tool within relationships. So this is somebody who's really getting straight with that particular energy and that particular part of their lives, and realizing that it is a natural part of life, and that it is inherently a balanced energy. Like it's neither positive nor negative. It just is. And so this is like a new way of them thinking about this, and that like they're allowed to have this attraction. They're allowed to have this, these feelings, and they shouldn't judge themselves one way or the other. They can't judge themselves based upon past sexual performances or situations, and they shouldn't be judging themselves based upon how they feel that will play out moving forward, and the feeling that maybe they're unwanted or dirty or used up or something like that because of what their past was. So I'm just getting a whole lot of information here. So I think this is a bunch of different situations, but they're all centered around the sacral chakra and ideas of sexuality and motherhood, and the way that we're raised in the home, and our challenging of those ideas and finding those ideas within us, and working those things out to receive this new way of operating in the physical world. So these people have gotten this new beginning, but they're still working through it. They just have this new perspective and this new beginning that they have been led to through their own inner work. This person is basically saying to you that they're a new being, that they're a new person, or they feel like they're a new person, and they want to be accepted. They want your acceptance. They want you to be understanding and open, and they want you to accept them as they are and understand that there might be some awkwardness in some situations as they continue to work through this, as they continue to figure out how to move forward. But they are working on it, and they just want to feel accepted. They want your acceptance and to be surrounded in that feeling of acceptance and unconditional love. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3 has extra cards here. So number 3, we have the 3 of arrows, the 7 of arrows, the 5 of wands, or staves in this deck, the 5 emotional loss, that's the number 5 card, and memories of love, which is the 6 card for the emotion in this deck. So this is somebody who is really going through it right now. This person is truly struggling through a period of emotional loss and a period of feeling betrayed. My feeling is there may be someone going through infidelity right now, having their partner having been disloyal to them or kept something secret, and they're really deciding within themselves. They're struggling. First of all, they're kind of blaming themselves and trying to understand what happened. They're feeling the sense of emotional loss and are just truly heartbroken right now and feel very betrayed and stabbed in the back. Some people here are going through, so for some people this is a relationship, for some people this is a job or career where they feel like they've been betrayed by either their business partner or people that they've been working with or their boss or something like that. But there is a strong emotional component here. They know that they deserve better. They are struggling with issues of self-worth in order to get to this feeling that they have recently experienced, that they know they deserve more. And it's like they have been able to go back to this place in their heart where they feel that sense of complete support. And they're not really sure where it's coming from. They're trying to decide. It's like they go back to it feels like maybe it's something they experienced in childhood, but then when they look at their childhood, they're like, I didn't always get that then either. It's like this is a person with whom you might have a past life connection, and they do have, if they are your divine complement, they do have an energetic and soul connection with you, where they inherently are understanding that's true acceptance, that's true love, and that's true unconditional love, and that's what they're seeking. I feel like they're feeling the contrast of not having that right now, and yet there's a part of them that has experienced that. So whether they've come into contact with you and had a momentary glimpse of that, or maybe you have been in and out of a relationship with them, and so they know now what that feels like. But in either case, this is a person who knows what that feels like and knows that this is not it, or that whatever situation they're in is one that is not it. In fact, it's direct contrast to that. It's heartbreak. It is loss. It is feeling not good enough. And it's feeling betrayal. And somehow, for whatever reason, they needed to experience this contrast before stepping into this real joy and bliss, to release some of the trauma and or inner conflict that surrounds them at this time. So this person is going through a massive release right now. They are making the decision to move forward. They do recognize that the situation they're in is nothing but pain and hurt and what's the word I'm looking for? I'm looking for the word inauthenticity. So it's not an authentic experience of partnership. It brings nothing but contrast in their lives, and they know that. So this person is saying to you, like, I know what you mean to me, and I know what you bring to my life, and that's joy. And what I'm experiencing right now is utter pain and loss. And they're saying that they're struggling with internal and external situations right now to heal that loss, to be able to come forward in a way that is meaningful. And they want to leave behind any of this betrayal and heartbreak and upset, because they don't want to bring it into what they feel like is a really genuine and divine situation. They don't want to bring that forward. And they know that I feel like they have this knowing that you accept them anyway, but they feel like it's their job to make sure that they are not bringing that forward. They don't want to dirty or sully this situation, this really divine situation. In some senses, in that they're misjudging the situation, because while they do need to be healed before moving forward so that you don't trigger each other with those negative emotions, it's like they're still holding on to that idea that they need to be in control of everything, and they need to be the one to fix everything before moving forward. So in some ways that's a little bit of a codependent energy. So they're still releasing that, but in other ways that codependent energy is acting as a catalyst to get them to start really releasing all of this heartbreak and all of this betrayal that they've carried with them through lifetimes. Like, there's a reason they attracted that into this lifetime. It's because they need to release it. So once they get to that point where they've released enough of it, they will be able to release more of this kind of codependent behavior so that they can move forward with you. And it's just a process. It just takes some time. And they want your patience and they want your emotional support. I feel like they're kind of quietly having this experience. You may or may not know about it. You probably have an idea of it, but they're not looking for you to come out and fix it yourself. They just want you to be you. They just want you to be who you are and who they remember you to be and who they know you are in your soul, so that they can, I guess, feel the support of that energy while they deal with this huge situation in their lives. And this is huge. This is really the settling of a lot of upset in their lives and a lot of energetic turmoil that they have carried from lifetime to lifetime. This is like the final reckoning of that, so they don't have to carry it forward anymore. Okay, so this is actually, even though this looks a little rough, this is actually really good, because it shows not only recognition, but it shows an understanding of the contrast that they're going through and the need for the healing. So that is number 3. And finally, we have number 4. This also has some extra cards in it. So for number 4, we have 2 of Cups, we have 7 of Cups, we have Prince of Coins, we have the Light card, which is like the sun in the traditional tarot, and we have Material and Spiritual Prosperity, which is the number 6 in the physical cards, which is like having the 6 of coins there. So this is someone who I feel has, I feel this person really has new clarity. I feel like they are, while they're still in whatever situation this is, I feel that they've made the decision and they understand the situation with you, and that they understand that you are a divine partner for them, divine complement. And this card is interesting because one of the cups is spilled over. The card by the male is spilled over and the card by the female is full, and there's some lightning in the background, but it is the Two of Cups and they've come together. And I feel like this is an understanding, a realization, and a coming together after a lot of hardship, after some other emotional turmoil. But this is someone who has recognized who you are and is making the movements forward in a physical way, because we have the Prince of Coins here. So they are actually starting this process in the physical plane, because they see the light that you bring to their lives. They see the balance that you bring to their lives. But more than the balance you bring to their lives, they're bringing themselves into balance. And so I feel like that's the true thing that allows them to move forward and have this new beginning in the physical world. With this Six of Coins card here, like they have been able to balance those scales. They've made all these choices. They've been empowered. They've been filled with healing and have a certain level of understanding now. With the Seven of Cups here, I feel like there was a period of confusion of knowing they had to make a choice. But you can see in this card, like the male figure is coming forward almost like a ghost or a memory, and like kissing this woman on the cheek. And I kind of feel like they're coming to you in their imaginations, like wishing to be there with you, whether you're a male or female. I feel like this is somebody who has this wish and desire now and understands what it is that they want, and is moving forward on that, in that process, because they've been going through this great healing and reckoning internally. They have had an awakening. They understand what's happening now. They're actively calling in their higher self and divine guidance to lead them forward. And this is a really awakened individual. This is someone who has definitely experienced contrast in whatever situation they may currently be in, whether it's a family, parental situation, a job, or a relationship. Some people are breaking away from the mother bond, I think. Or being judged by their families. I feel like some of them might be stepping outside of like a religious situation where maybe their family expected them to stay with someone of the same faith, and they're stepping out to go with somebody else, and that has been a challenge for them, whether internally or literally their family has been fighting with them about it. But they've already made that choice. They know they're losing something, but they're gaining much more. And there's been a lot of back and forth. They're saying that they've been back and forth on it. They've looked at all the options, and the one that they keep going back to, like somehow they keep going back to when they're daydreaming or dreaming at night, they're going back to you. So they know that this is what they truly want, and they're making these very practical decisions to move forward, even though it might seem slow. They've definitely planted some seeds too, like some ways to, somebody is like already looking for a place to move out or has moved out. of either their romantic relationship or of their family home, either literally or figuratively. They're looking for new sources of income also to make sure that they can truly step forward, but they have clarity which is backed up by high vibrational energy, meaning that they know they're on the right path. They're past the guessing. And I think that this clarity came in recently to really show them that they're on the right path. And in knowing that, it really helped them to move forward in their own empowerment and feeling balanced and stable in the physical world to be able to make these decisions. They also really want to be able to make this decision in a balanced way. Like, they don't want to leave anybody wanting. They don't want to leave anyone saying, like, he or she left me flat. He or she left me with nothing. He or she disrespected me and left. They don't want to do that. They want to make sure they're moving forward in a way that feels just. And so in some situations there could be legal situations playing out. In others, it's simply about making sure that their partner is provided for while they move on to, while they leave the situation. And in other situations, it may simply be that they're making sure that they are going to be provided for, that they have the job to walk into, or they have the new career to walk into, and that they're stable moving forward, because they don't want to bring instability into your life. But in either case, this is definitely somebody saying, basically, I know who you are, and I'm on my way. I know who you are. I'm on my way, and please just be patient. I know nobody wants to hear patience anymore, but I want to do it right. I want to do it in a way that doesn't bring chaos into your life. And so it might be slower movement than anyone would like, but it is movement, and it is happening, and it's happening now. Okay? So I hope that was number 4. I hope that these were helpful. Please let me know in the comments if any of these resonated with you, and if you want me to do more of them, because if I hear from you, then I know what you want. So thank you guys all so much for subscribing and sharing and commenting. It means a lot to me, and I am looking forward to doing it again. Talk to you soon, guys. Bye.